What is every day? I'm George Mossey. Welcome to the George Mossey Show. I have a special guest. I've been doing interviews, but I like having my friends on because it's more of like a conversation. So, first of all, I want to thank my good friend JJ Hannon for joining me today. And
Hello.
like, you've had a really crazy year, right? Like, your year has been really crazy. You have new music coming out. You have a lot of business endeavors going on, and I kind of just want to jump in and talk about all of this stuff you have going on. And I know that some of this is going to be hard for you to talk about. Some of this is going to be exciting for you to talk about, but I know this is going to be like a roller coaster, So I want to just find out, like, how are you doing right now? Because, we've been watching your Instagram, your stories, and we've heard the news of what was. So all of us want to know how you're physically doing right now.
Well, I originally, when I first got diagnosed with PSC, the liver disease that I have, I was 122 pounds. Now, in the prime of my weight, I was 168. So, if you guys could do that there was the quite a difference there, and I lost that in about 3 or 4 months. So, not a long time at all. And originally, before I got diagnosed, we thought it was stress, depression, and different things. And it was none of those things. It was, unfortunately, my liver diagnosis. How am I doing mentally? I'm in the best possible spirits I think I could be in. I have so many amazing plans for what I can do to bring awareness to my disease, and what I could do to change the future of it.
So you told me that you thought that it was different things. So when you're talking about raising awareness, I think it's important that people know what to look for. You had no idea what these symptoms could have been from.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important that people are fully aware. When we talk about heart attacks, we know what those symptoms are. When we talk about certain big health issues, we know about that. So what do you think is important for people to understand about this particular disease? What should they look for? What are things that they can notice right away before a blood test?
Okay, so one of the main things, if it's a more advanced stage, is itchy. If you find yourself getting more itchy, me currently, I have that now. At nighttime, I can get itchy. I don't have that during the day, fortunately, but some people do. Everybody's different. My worst symptom, I think, was night sweats, besides the weight. Randomly, for no reason, waking up quite literally in a pool of sweat. At some mornings, I almost, well, every single morning I had to change my sheets, but some mornings, quite literally feeling as if I just got out of the shower or something. And that is something to look for, that change. Yellow skin. If your skin is turning a yellow, like a yellow shade, usually, especially in the face, that's something. If people start telling you, "Hey, your skin's like especially by your eyes," I never had that, but it's a symptom that you can have. And then, of course, the weight loss. If you're dramatically losing weight, I got blood tests and they showed right away that my alkaline phosphatase levels are. I struggle with pronouncing that word. Were extremely high. So that was how they were able to figure it out, that something was wrong with my liver, and then do intensive testing such as a liver biopsy and different things.
So when you said you lost a lot of weight, were you doing anything to lose weight? Like, were you going to the gym regularly, or was
I
it like
was,
a complete shock?
as someone who plays basketball, as somebody who once in a while plays hockey as well, I am very active. And I just found myself not being able to be the same athlete I once was. And I also found myself just, there's a symptom with PSC. Some if people say you feel as if that when you wake up, that you haven't slept at all. And I can completely agree with that. That is a symptom that some days I feel. Some days I quite literally will feel that, wait a minute, did I go to sleep last night? And yeah, like, do you know that feeling after like a night out at a club? It's literally 5:30 in the morning. You just had some bad food at some McDonald's or something. You literally, the only thing you want is sleep. You know that
Yes,
feeling?
yes, I know
Especially
that
someone, I
feeling.
know you've been on the road touring with artists and stuff. So yeah, you definitely know that feeling, and that is how it could feel after a 10-hour rest.
It's insane. Yeah, it's funny you brought that up because I experience that a lot. Like, I'll go to sleep really late, and then somebody will call me like an hour later, or there's like an issue, and I have to work work on the issue, and I feel so dead tired. Like I know that I'm not functioning, but I know that I have to work on this. So I definitely understand the feeling. So when you started the treatment, what type of treatment
So
is it? A
there's
rigorous treatment?
unfortunately no, as of right now, there's no treatment for PSC, and I also have something called vanishing bile duct syndrome, and there's no treatment for it. The only thing they could do is put you on things to manage the symptoms. There are so many trials, and there are so many different things. And there's also the main thing is taking care of your body. Also, is what you put into your body truly is the most important thing. My diet is completely changed. I won't touch anything that's processed. I can never have alcohol again. Um, so many different things that are just completely just changed.
You said never touch alcohol again. So
Yeah.
alcohol is like some sort of, is it like a poison
Well,
for this
well,
disease?
so because the disease is connected to my liver, it the alcohol would be a very bad thing for my liver. So I made the choice myself. Now that I've spoken with some people that have my disease that maybe had a liver transplant or different situations, and maybe some people occasionally have drink. Fortunately, I was never an alcoholic, so it's not something I have to get off of. I'm not feeling like, I was a casual drinker. I would have a few beers here and there, at a pub or something, not, I wasn't really the kind of guy that would be drinking a lot. Never. That was never my thing.
So your everyday life has really been altered.
It's
Your
completely
sleep
altered.
patterns.
Everything.
Go ahead.
My whole life is completely changed upside down. But I look at it from two different perspectives that make me very happy right now. Number one, I feel as if I have been given this, and this was told to me. Even Gary Vee said this. This disease was given to me for a reason. Back when AIDS, that's a completely different, whole different thing. When Magic Johnson got it, for that he was able to be that person, and do so much and be such a big person in that I would say diseases community. I believe it's called disease. And yeah, I want to be that for my liver disease. I want to be the person who raises the most money, who makes a difference, who is the change, who maybe by 2030 there will be a cure.
So have you thought about starting a charity
Yes,
or
actually,
something in
yes.
your name?
So I'm starting a foundation soon. I believe it will be at the beginning of this year, so 2024, upcoming year. So I will be releasing information on that soon. I'm just teaming up with the right people to make sure that everybody will be able to be, you know, making sure that they're helping the project, of course, and we have a team together. I want to go the right way about it, of course. And I think I've got a very good team already. We're just structuring a few things on how we're going to be giving out the donations to other people with PSC. So the main thing that I want to do with my organization is one of the hardest things that I thought about when I got diagnosed is I noticed my bills change. I noticed they were quite a bit higher for food and quite a bit. I mean, the supplements alone I get, literally sitting right over there, it's $100 for a 24 pack. Now, I'm fortunate to be in a situation that I could afford that. But many other people, what if they weren't in that situation and the only thing that they were eating was, on junk food or things such as that, their lifespan with this disease versus my lifespan with this disease would be completely different because I'm taking care of my body and they are unable to. So, and insurance and stuff such as that doesn't pay for expensive supplements or different things for your liver. Obviously, what doctors recommend we will be providing. But I want to give people access to those things that can't afford it.
Yeah. So basically, you want to bridge the gap. Because I've noticed a lot in the medical world, there's a huge gap between those who can afford and those who cannot. And
Yes.
the level of care is also different for people who can
Exactly.
afford it
And
and those
that's
who
just the
cannot.
bottom line for me. I just want to make sure that everybody has the same chance and everybody has the same access to, all different types of supplements and all different types of things for their health. even if it's as simple as grocery gift cards, so they can go to the grocery store and buy what they properly need, not go to a fast food joint. You know, that's something that you're not supposed to have processed food if you have this at
Mm,
all. So,
wow.
but sometimes processed food is less expensive. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
How do people go about getting a diagnosis? So you said something about a blood test. So if somebody was to have some of these symptoms, it would be important for them right away to go to get, because you said in
Yep.
earlier stages versus later stages, it's a lot different, right?
So I personally have it about 50%. But the way the liver works is it's actually a starfish. And it can grow back if you take care of it. It can go away. You can get, and you only have one of them. It's not like, similar to a kidney or, different, parts of your body that you have two of. Um, and yeah, no, you would need to go to a regular doctor, get a blood test. And if they would normally recommend you to go to a liver specialist if they felt, or a gastro if they felt that you had a further issue.
But early detection, I think, is what you're
Yes.
telling
Oh,
me is very
yes.
important.
Yes. Very, very important. I almost feel as if I would have caught this 3 or 4 months earlier, I would be in a different position. I don't think I would have lost as much weight because they would have put me on different things. I feel like there's managing symptoms, as I spoke. There's things they could put you on to manage the symptoms, and I feel as if I would have been able to still eat or different things. So in that case, you were 100% right. Early detection is very important.
I want to make sure that I'm clear. So this is not something that people get based on something that they did or ate or anything. This
No,
is like a
nothing.
hereditary
No, this is
situation.
this is something that would either be hereditary. In my case, nobody in my known bloodline has it. It could be something to do with just you. It's something there's all types of theories. I don't want to be a conspiracy theory person, but I mean, there's all types of theories. Oh, it's the cold. It's you live near mountains. Like it could be anything. Quite literally anything. Um, I, but at the end of the day, I just believe that it was just the cards that I was dealt, and I'm still releasing music. I'm still doing my thing, and I feel good. I put on around 14 pounds in the past month back, so right now I'm feeling a lot better. My skin is feels I feel like I'm glowing again. I'm stronger, and most of all, I'm I feel that my mental fog is going away, and I'm able to really focus on what's important to me, and that's not only my music, my career, business endeavors, as you mentioned earlier, and just being there for my family the best I can, and there for myself.
So what I wanted to talk about, because when you're talking about the charity and the patient, I think mental health is very, very important. And you were talking about how it has affected your mental health. Now you're in a better place. So how are you going to implement that the foundation? Because getting diagnosed and getting the treatment, there's still a whole nother aspect. It's your mental health. You have to be able to still push through and be strong and that will
Well,
to fight. So how did you get there?
when you talk about mental health related to my diagnosis, I don't feel as if that um, I'm afraid, like, oh, I have this, I obviously anybody could look up statistics of anything.
Mhm.
My father had cancer and beat it, so I pancreatic cancer, and he was in the 3 percentile, like three out of 100 people beat what he had. So I don't really look into numbers or any of those things. Other people may. I think when I think of mental health with this, I think the disease itself is known to fog your mind a little bit and make you just feel a little down. So I think that the best thing that for me has been knowing that I was given this disease for a reason. Now other people, you have to find why you were given those cards and whatever those cards you were dealt, you know. And I think that I also I'm not going to take a lot of stuff for granted that I used to. Because of this disease, my spleen got slightly enlarged because it caused inflammation. Now, to the outside eye, like no one would know that, but I can't play basketball until they say that I can play basketball. And I have this weird feeling, it's going to be very hard to get a doctor to agree, hey, he could play contact basketball against people that are, 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds, and that's the size of the people I used to play with. So contact against somebody of that strength and size is very serious, which I, in the past, could, take, but at 168 pounds playing basketball. But, now they feel that because of my enlarged spleen, unless it goes down, I can't play. So that has
See,
been hard for me.
I feel like you are unique in itself because you've been all over the world. You've toured all over the world. You have fans all over the world, and I think that your makeup, mentally, physically, and everything it's unique because I feel like
Yeah.
the way that you look at this diagnosis is not the way that most people would. Your
No,
positivity and strength stands out to me.
thank you. And I could see how you could think that, and I completely, in ways, agree with you. I definitely think I was built after going through quite a bit through my career and learning quite a bit. Um, I think that I was built to get this kind of news and turn it into a positive rather than someone might not be able to do that because there might not be the easiest positive for them to look at. Uh, and that's also what I want to do. I want to be a beacon of hope to anybody else that has any disease, any sickness, any, problem in life. It could be anything, it could be even financial issues. I just want to be a beacon of hope that the situation will get better.
I love that because I lost two of my closest friends to various illnesses,
Yep.
and the one thing that they explained to me was that they felt so alone because they didn't want to tell everyone everything that they were to because they don't want people to feel sorry for them. They want people to support them. So I think it's very important that you have something out there that says people that are not going through this alone. You don't need to ask anyone for anything. There's just people who want to be there for you, who want to support
Hmm.
you through this journey. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, and that's exactly the goal. That is the goal, to let people know that they're not alone. I love that you touched up on that. Um, I as I said, I'm moving forward, and I'm not. This definitely was a road bump. But I think that at some point everybody's given a road bump.
I agree. We are tested. I think everybody goes through at least one extreme test in their life, and it really shows the strength that you built throughout your life. And it's interesting for me because you're not an old man, right? You're a really young guy.
Mm.
So the strength that you've built at a young age, it's impressive. There are people twice your age who would not react this way to this type of information. So I just think it stands out to me that you are able to take something that most people would see as a horrible setback or a negative, and you're looking at it as I'm use this as a way to educate people and bring awareness and to bring hope to people who are going through this. And I think that it's admirable, right? Like I just feel like it's a way to not think about yourself in the time that most people would only think about themselves. You're thinking about the people, and this foundation I think is going to be so important because not only is this disease or virus, it's not even well known. I didn't know about it, but it affects a lot
I
of
didn't know
people.
about it myself, honestly. I mean, and I'm somebody who actually previously on long flights used to study rare diseases and, watch TikToks about rare things that can go on in your body and stuff. So I do know a lot about the human body, actually. And for me to not know of it actually surprised me. But yeah, you touched on that 100%. You didn't know what it was either.
It's important that, like you said, people are aware what could be going on in their bodies because they taught us, when we were younger, what to look for signs of a stroke. We all know signs of a
Yeah.
heart attack.
Oh,
We all know.
my doctor never had a case of what I have. Like literally never had. This is somebody who went to school, and he actually was shocked to see like on the paperwork what it was, just because he knew what the disease was, being a liver doctor. And then now that was one of my first doctors. I have quite literally a whole team of them now all around the world. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, no. That is a very rare disease that my doctor didn't even know.
That's crazy, and it's funny
Like
because
didn't see. I mean.
Right. He sees people every single day. So
Every
the
single
idea
day.
that
And
you
this is an older man doctor, too. This is somebody who is in their 50s, so, or 60s actually. So he should
oh
have
wow.
seen it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm excited about this in any way possible. You need help or you need to get
Thank you so
involved.
much, and I will
I am
100% keep you
100%.
posted.
I am there for you. Promo, interviews, whatever you need. I want to be a part of the solution. I think it's so important that, when we hear about something, we hear people who need help, we're part of the solution. A lot of times we hear about it, we say, oh, that's terrible, and we keep walking. I think it's very important that we all become involved. There's so
Yeah,
much
no,
we can
thank
do
you.
as
Thank
as
you so
a as a
much.
group. One voice can only do so much, but when we all join together, I think it's so important we make our voices heard. And maybe we can pass some laws that test for this. And when kids are younger, they run blood tests and they test for things. Maybe we can add this to the list of things that
Who
people are
knows? Yeah,
tested.
I got diagnosed, as we mentioned, about, I think a month and a half ago. So much of this disease is even new to me. So I'm learning so much too. So that is something that I look forward to finding out as well. If there's a way for kids younger to be tested, of course.
I want to switch gears a little bit because you've been teasing music on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. I've got a few new songs that I've been working on. I'm gonna release it as a project finally. Um, I I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally release some good stuff that comes from the heart. Everything is all original. I used to love doing covers, but I of course love originals as well. So all original music, and I've had I had some pretty cool co-writers. A lot of it is by me myself as well. So yeah, no, we've got some interesting stuff coming.
I think it's an interesting time to do this, because I was wondering how much of this music is driven by what you're going through, like your emotion and the struggle that you're going through. How much
Some
of
of it
that
was
in that?
recorded. Some of it was recorded previous to the diagnosis that I had in the vault that I redid, and then some of it is new sound and new music that I feel today. And that is just going to be, you know, when the song's released, people are just going to have to kind of put the pieces together of what period of my life I was feeling that.
So do you think you would want to go back on the road? Because I know you
Oh
toured the
yes, I
world,
100%.
the
I
world.
100%. I would love to. For the longest time, I said no. Me and you
Mhm.
had this conversation when I completely stopped touring in 2020. That was now almost 4 years ago. Uh, I was done. I was burnt out. I was tired. But I'm ready. I'm ready, and I'm ready to. I think I want to do it for. A goal of mine is to. One day have a family, one day, have a son or a daughter, and I want to show them that their dad did it. I want to show them that their father really applied himself, because I feel that if I don't, they will have no reason to say why. And then there's also why should they apply themselves? And then also to the people that believed in me and myself, I owe it to them. So um, I can't wait for this next project. And the reason I didn't come back sooner was I wasn't going to give it my all if I did. And you don't do anything unless your heart's not completely in it, because it won't be a good feeling.
People can tell, when you do things
Oh
that
yeah,
your
people
heart
could
aren't in.
100% tell. People could tell. Yeah, they
You know,
100% can.
I think
Yeah.
your
So
fans have been waiting a long time, and when you post the things online, I see the reactions. People are really excited. They're really
yeah,
excited for
no,
this.
I'm excited myself. I'm excited, and yeah, no, as I was saying, there's gonna be probably 4 songs on the first project. There's about 8 songs that I have right now that I'm playing through them. I actually need to send you some, and we'll get your opinion on them. But yeah, no, I've got 8 songs that I was thinking of releasing as a whole project, but I think I'm just gonna pick 4 of them. And that those 8 songs are quite literally choose like there was 100 that I had that I was thinking of over these years. I've been recording this whole time. I just haven't released anything. And I think that a lot of the stuff, like I literally have 10 songs that I recorded that are country music. You wouldn't expect that.
What?
Yeah, swear
I want
down.
to hear this. I want to
I will
hear it. I
send you
want to
it.
hear it.
I will send you it. I
I'm
recorded
actually
10 country
I'm
music
actually a
songs.
country fan, so I'm actually
Really?
excited about that.
I
Yeah.
yeah, no. I was it was this summer in about July. I was feeling some country music vibes and I recorded some country music. So obviously and I could tell you now they will never be released because if you're a fan of pop music, you may get it. Like you may go and order it, the single. And if
Well,
you're a fan of country music, you definitely aren't ordering it.
well, you have to remember though, JJ, Taylor Swift has kind of blurred the lines between pop and country. So a lot of
Oh yeah,
people
no, she's
are
excellent. She's excellent. She's an excellent artist. I just I'm gonna let the country music artists have their genre.
yeah.
I'm gonna let them. You know who I actually really love when he did some country stuff. Nelly did a few collabs with some
Oh,
country
okay.
music artists, and I thought that they were quite good.
Were they sounded authentic too, and I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that
Yeah, so it can be done. It can be the switch over can be done. It just has to be done right.
I agree. I want to talk about business because you always are doing something, right? And I saw that you had a business, and I want you to tell me about what you're doing with kicks, with shoes, because I see a lot of
So
posts.
so I love shoes. I absolutely love shoes. I've always been into shoes. Now I feel as if I want to get into designing shoes. I haven't really spoken about that yet, but I feel I've been collecting Jordans and Nike SBs my whole life, literally my whole life. And I now feel that I want to design my own. Like I was just looking at these. I got these. These are the Powerpuff Girl Nike SBs. Like these are cool. Like I don't know.
Oh
Like I feel
yeah.
like what if I designed something really really cool such as that? You know, like there's different there's different ideas I have, and I've always been into just the sneaker community in general, reviewing sneakers, appearances at sneakers events, things such as that. And then as for marketing, on the side, I own part of a marketing company that I love. I love doing all types of marketing stuff. That's like my way from music thing because I feel like from the music industry I've learned so much about it. So it's cool to also be in the business world of marketing
So when we're
music.
talking about designing kicks, are we talking about like JJ Hannon line of kicks, or are you looking to design kicks
So
for other brands?
honestly would love a like my goal would be to have like a signature shoe one day with Nike. That would be like my ultimate goal. Like if we can clip this and go back, like I would love that. That's my dream. Uh, I also would love to potentially think about my own line. You know, if that was
Mhm.
the angle I wanted to go. I love to think of myself as a creative mind at least. So I think that if I meet another creative mind, such as a brand or such as a manufacturer that I believe could make the best product, I would love to explore that, and I am currently looking into that now.
I'm interested. I'm interested. This is intriguing to me because I know your love for shoes, and I've seen how you've collected. Your collection is insane. So the different designs and stuff that you've collected, I would love to see what you would come up because I know you would take a
Yeah,
variation of all of the different
well, that would
styles
be
and be
also another goal. Being a creative director for a brand is really what I'm thinking. Um, I know being one of the biggest consumers myself, what the consumer wants.
yeah.
So, like for instance, and Nike, if you're listening to this, listen up. They released three of the Powerpuff Girl characters in this collaboration they did. That was the Blossom pair. I showed you the pink pair. Um, where's Mojo Jojo?
Missed opportunity.
Exactly. The consumer wants Mojo Jojo. So that should have been the fourth pair. So there's different things I think about what I could bring as a creative director and cool ideas that I think that would be very revolutionary to a footwear brand, as well
So
as
you
bringing back the old things that worked that unfortunately were taken away.
have a lot. You have a lot on your plate for
Oh
2024,
yeah,
but
oh yeah. I definitely have a full plate, and I've learned that you just got to take everything a day at a time. I pick days for stuff. Today I was a Saturday. I got my blood work done earlier. I just hung out. I literally just been chilling because yesterday I was all over New York City meetings. I was at the Soho House for lunch with a friend, and yeah. So I pick days that I know I'm gonna do a lot, and then some days I just have to say, hey, this is I need to relax today. This is going to be my day to relax. And I don't know, once I am starting the foundation, everything, how many of those days I'll have, but as long as I find times to rest in between my hard work, I definitely will be all right. I definitely won't.
Mental health, self-care, these are all important. A lot of people, we talk to the biggest names in the industry, people who made the biggest moves, made the most money, they always take care of yourself. Self-care, make sure your mental health is okay. It's important. You can do a million things, but you need to have a day where you're just taking care of yourself. I think you have that
Yeah,
down. You
I
understand that.
completely agree with that. You can do a
You are
million
your
things. You can
greatest,
go a million
your
places, but once in a while, you just need to be in your own bed and just collect some thoughts.
you are your greatest asset. I look at people as assets, and not in a bad way. I think you invest in yourself, you take care of yourself. Like, you need to do these same exact things for yourself. You are your greatest investment. As much money as you spend on anything in life, you're gonna spend as much money on you, more
Yep.
money on you. And I think a lot of people, they're more focused on business or music or acting, whatever they're doing. They're not taking care of themselves. And then we
Yep.
see in the news, we're losing people because they didn't invest in their greatest asset, themselves, and it
That is
hurts
a
to see
hundred
that.
percent true. That is 100% true. And that's also why with the foundation, want to help people invest into themselves by getting them proper nutrients and different things, access to groceries, as I mentioned. So that's health as well.
Oh, it is the end of the year, so we're going to be checking back in with you throughout the year to see, the progress of the foundation, to see if you got some kicks that I can buy. You've got all these things, and maybe I'm going to go
I'm gonna have
perform
to send
somewhere.
you a fare. Yes, yeah.
There's a lot to look forward to, and I think your fans are very excited because this diagnosis was scary for us. I know, and it's so selfish for me to say that because this is about you. But when we saw this, it was scary for us, and we were
A-
worried
And
for
I
you.
appreciate that. And people quite literally from every corner of the world reached out, and it means the world. And you yourself were one of the first people that reached out, I remember. And I'm here to say that I'm here, I'm fighting, and I'm not going anyplace. So we've got some amazing things to come.
I'm excited. I'm excited for all the things that are coming. So thank you so much for sitting down with me on the George
Of
Mossey
course,
Show. And like I
of
said,
course.
we're going to check back in later in the year and get progress on all these things you have going on. Guys, make sure you're following JJ. I'm going to tag him in this video. He'll get his name and everything will be at the bottom. And when that foundation launches, guys, we're going to talk about it. You're going to know about it. It's going to be right in your face so everybody can get involved. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms at George Mossey, GeorgeMossey.com. Anywhere you get your type of the George Mossey Show. Thank you again, JJ. I'm going to talk to you guys really soon.
Peace.